Hey guys, what's up? Day 35 lockdown, and thank you for everybody who was a part of the podcast last night. Remember, we're online every Sunday at 8 o'clock, and all we talk about in that show is Arsenal and football and sports. We covered a lot of stuff with Arsene Wenger. We covered the NFL draft as well at the end of the show. We kind of like to leave the non-football related stuff at the end of the show. So for those who want to stick around, they can still be a part of the conversation. And that's it. But we're going to continue to talk about lockdown daily in the weekdays. And then when we get to the weekends, when we get Sunday, that will all be about Arsenal. So those of you who have joined the channel to listen to Arsenal, there's still Arsenal content for you. And we did talk about that the team would be back in training today, and the guys covered off that it would be just one-to-ones. So it won't be a group assessment today, it would just be individual. So we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, welcome back. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please subscribe. It always helps me out, guys. Today we're going to talk about the good, the bad and the ugly. So first we'll talk about the good. The New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has effectively come out and said that the virus on a community stage has been stopped. So effectively eliminating the virus. She's now saying that they're down into single figures. So quite frankly, they've been able to deal with it in a way that they're just looking at spots now. And with all the testing that's going on, and it's quite easy then to pretty much nail anybody who has it. So we're going to see a lot of non-essential businesses start to open up in New Zealand, and that's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it. You don't do it when your curb is rising. You don't do it as it's flattening, where it's literally nullified, where you're not getting hardly any cases at all, just a few single figures. In the last week, they've just had single figures, and it's less and less and less. So that's when you start to do it, guys, when things are pretty much been patched up. On the flip side of that, the UK, remember we talked about good, bad and the ugly, but I wouldn't say that this is bad. I would say that the only thing that's bad about the UK is the death rates are the second highest in the world at 13.7. The highest in the world is France, which is 14%. And I don't really talk about those things anymore. I just wanted to put that thing in there. So I don't really need to talk about death rates and things like that. But the UK is kind of coming off that curb. And we're starting to look at what normality can look like, because we are enforcing more lockdown rules for another 3 weeks. And that is the smartest play that I've seen happen in the West, which brings me to the ugly. With what's going on in America, I think we've talked about that enough over the last 3 weeks. Especially in the last few days, we've covered everything that's been happening, where protests, people are marching out there and just exposing themselves to a second wave. And listen, we're just going to have to wait and see how that pays off, if there's such a thing, in the next 7 days. Because look, if they know what they're doing, then all to the power. Remember, Dr. Fauci is the smart one. He's the one that's gone from the daily conferences. We don't really see him anymore. Dr. Birx, though, I think that we've seen the worst from this woman. And I'm going to leave Tyler Cohen's video in the description below, this one, so you guys can see how bad it really is. And realistically, she's a doctor. She's there to talk to the American people to save lives. Instead, she's listening to Donald Trump waffle on about him trying to be a doctor, which he isn't, about things that don't make any sense. And instead of correcting him, you know when you're a politician when you don't answer direct questions. Yeah? So for me, she's more like a politician than a doctor. And in my opinion, she needs to have her medical license revoked immediately. She's lost all credibility, and she's compromised her integrity over money. Unlike Dr. Fauci, she values her job at the White House, and she is just kissing butt right now to try and save her seat. Because as soon as she comes out and corrects the president, he'll sack her. Yeah, because that's what he's done notoriously to everybody that's been close to him. And listen, there are pharmaceutical companies who sell disinfectant that have gone on Twitter to rubbish his claim straight away, simply because, and I'm going to be very serious about this, because what has been said by Trump has cost lives. And I'm not going to go into that. You will have to go into the video below to go into that description, because I won't talk about that. But there are people that's been listening to what Trump has said, and they've actively gone out and done what he said, and it's cost lives. So listen, Of course, everybody with an ounce of sense knows that this man is talking rubbish. You're not going to drink disinfectant. You're not going to put bleach in your body. That is a fact. There's warnings on the side of those bottles that tells you not to do it. So to listen, how dumb is this guy to stand up there and tell people that? And then the next day, when he realized the media lashback he got, he then went and tried to palm it off by saying, it was a joke. You don't joke about things like that because it's cost lives. It's not a joke. Nobody's laughing. When people are dying, nobody's laughing. It's not funny. Yeah? And you've been exposed. Everything you've done throughout the last 3.5 years in your presidency has come to this point where in a global pandemic, in a disaster, approval ratings normally shoot through the roof. And everybody's has in every country except for yours. And that basically tells you what the people think of you. I talked about Fox News polls yesterday, yeah, in my video yesterday. And that shows that your base who voted for you are leaving you. Yeah, not all of them, yeah, but most of them are giving up on you because you've shown your true colors. You're not a leader, you're a con man, and this pandemic has exposed you. Yeah, so listen, that's all from me, guys. And listen, tune into the podcast. It was a great show yesterday, very entertaining, a lot of laugh, a lot of banter, and it's what we enjoy. So please check out that show. I'll leave that in the description below as well. And listen, peace out. #stay home. #with me. And I'm out.